everyone, this is Miss Andrea. So today we're going to do a practical life lesson called table scrubbing. So it's one of the toddlers' favorite lessons to do in the classrooms. So I thought it would be fun to share with you parents. So the first thing you're going to need is a table to scrub and a bin that has all the tools you're going to need. So I like to have everything in the bin so that it's ready for your child to scrub when they are wanting to do the lesson. So the first thing you're going to need is an apron. You're going to need an empty bucket to pour the dirty water in. You're going to need a towel, a dry towel, a sponge, a scrubber with a handle, and an empty bowl. You're going to need a pitcher with water, and for the classroom, I like to mark it with a line that allows your child to know how much water to fill it up with. And that's going to allow for even more independence. And you can do this two ways. You can either do it with a bar of soap or a small container with a couple of drops of either hand soap or just soap. And I'm going to show you both ways on how to do that. So let's begin. So you're going to have your child first put their apron on. And let's see. And so this is how I would do the lesson for your child. You're going to pour the water into the bowl. You're going to wet the scrubber. And you're going to start off on the outer edges. And you're going to make circular motions with the brush. And this is a great sensorial experience for your child. As you can see, the sound of the scrubber and the bubbles that it's making. The children love this lesson. As you can see, I'm putting pressure onto the scrubber. So this is a great upper body strength exercise lesson for your child. So I'm going to also show you how to do it with the soap jar. So obviously this is going to have clean water in it. So you're going to have your child just squeeze the soap out onto the bowl of water. And your child is going to want to pour all the soap out. So I always just pour a couple of drops of the soap into this jar. And they're just going to kind of move the scrubber around in the bowl. And as you can see, it's making bubbles. And so they just really love this exercise. Your child will be full engaged with this lesson, and what that allows is for full concentration. Anytime that I'm presenting a lesson into the classroom, things that I'm thinking about for your child is, does it allow for concentration? This is a great exercise. Does it allow for crossing the midline? You're doing this movement, right? Older toddlers are going to want to do the circular motion. Younger toddlers, depending where they're at developmentally, they'll only be able to do this kind of motion, but still, it's still providing that crossing the midline movement, which is really important, especially for the younger toddler years. This is where your left and right hemisphere brain is communicating to each other. I'm thinking about is, does it foster independence? In this lesson, anything with practical life is going to foster that independence. Toddlers, especially toddlers, always want to mimic the adults in the environment. So, you know, if they're at home and they're seeing you clean, you know, that's something that they're going to want to mimic and model. Anything that they can contribute to the environment, they're going to really enjoy. And does the lesson provide a sensorial experience, which this obviously does. Sensory experiences help nourish neuroplasticity, which is so important in the early years. So once you're done scrubbing, I'm going to get the sponge, and I'm going to start from the top and bottom, and I'm going to squeeze the soap out into the bucket, the empty bucket. I'm going to start from the top and bottom. As you can see, all the bubbles it's made, the foam. This is a wonderful, wonderful sensorial experience for your child. Anything that I do with your the children, I always want to start from the left to right. This is training your child's eyes for reading. And once I'm done with the sponge, look at the bubbles it's made. Your child is gonna love that. I'm going to pour the dirty water into the bucket. And now I'm gonna get the towel so that I can dry the table. Again, anytime that I can mimic this motion, this circular motion, I'm gonna do it. This is actually, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but this is actually the precursor to writing. This is a pre-writing skill for your child. So not only are you going from left to right for reading, but you're also doing circular motions for writing, for pre-writing skills. So now you have a really clean table. So now that we're done, in Montessori we have, every work has a process, every activity has a process. And so the end process of this is cleaning up. So before your child can move on to something else, you're gonna wanna have your child clean up their workspace area. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna dry and wipe down everything that I've used. I'm gonna wipe the bowl. I'm gonna clean the scrubber. I'm gonna place everything back into the bin. And if you have it somewhere where your child can place this to dry, they can go ahead and do that, but for now I'm just gonna put it back in the bin. And for the dirty soapy water, they can dump it out in the sink, or depending on how mild the soap is, they can dump it out outside on the yard. Thanks, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.
We put soap right here.